John English joins me now from Idemini. He's the head of emergency operations in Greece at the International Federation of the Red Cross and Red Crescent. John, thank you very much for your time today. Now, firstly, on the note of NGOs pulling out, how many are sticking around in the camp in Idemini to try and help implement this new Turkey-EU deal? And those that are leaving, is there a sense that perhaps that they're abandoning refugees there?
Yeah, good afternoon. I think the situation you're referring to applies to the camps and facilities on the islands where people are arriving from Turkey. Idemini is a slightly separate situation, and they have, as your correspondent pointed out, has been some difficulties with providing services there, and as also pointed out, there have been demonstrations which have sometimes restricted our access to that camp. I think that you have to remember that there are 50,000 migrants stranded in Greece at the moment, according to the Greek government, in a number of camps all over the country. And so the issues are not just simply in Idemini, which does remain a focus of humanitarian concern for us, for agencies like us.
Yeah, sure. Now, obviously, the recent events in Brussels will affect refugees and perhaps already have. I mean, they're in dire situations, whether they're on Lesbos or whether in Idemini or in Turkey, trying to make their way to Europe. How do events like what have just happened in Brussels affect those wanting to try and still make their way to Europe?
Well, I think as your report very well pointed out, these migrants whose wish is only to get a better life in Europe are afraid that what is happening like those attacks in Brussels does stigmatise them. But most of the people that I speak to in Idemini and indeed in other camps, their only wish is to get a better life and escape from the dire situation that they are coming from in places like Afghanistan and Iraq and Syria, as well as other countries as well. And they are afraid that they will be stigmatised because of what has happened, on a wider scale.
All right, John, thanks very much for your time there. John English.